Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Scoob, and welcome to Spider's Diecast. Thank you all for your patience, and again, thank you all for being here with me this evening. So yeah, it's been quite a slow October for us, but there's a reason for that. It's because I spent the last couple of weeks, having to move out of my old bedroom. That's where I did all of my videos. But, I had to move out because it was just falling apart back there. And then the air conditioning, just didn't work. It just got way too hot in the summertime, way too cold in the wintertime. So basically, it just started getting a little too nasty back there anyway. So I moved back to my old, bedroom. So, yeah, took a lot of work, but I guess it'd be worth it in the end. But anyway, I got my bag of Dollar General treats. Just your four Hot Wheels cars, but they're definitely going to be worth it. And I finally got my other Skyline, my R34 Skyline from the RLC selections thingamajig. So yeah. So that's basically it. But it's gonna be great. I hope so. So anyway, without further ado, here's the first Dollar General grab, which is my Alfa Romeo Giulia TI Super, which is basically a 4-door Giulia. So yeah, pretty neat little car. New for 2025. And it's got some information on the back. And okay, and since we do read all of them, this is it. Born 1962 in Milan, Italy. Race to victory in Alfa Romeo's first true homologated touring car, sporting the Quadrifoglio logo. Only 501 units were produced, making the TI Super a super rare racer. Excuse me. So yeah. Did I mention that? That it's born in 1962 in Milan, Italy. So yes. Now it's time to bust them out and bust her out. I don't have my little styrofoam piece with me. I'll probably get that in the next video. Just hope this thing don't roll off when I turn it on. The turntable, I mean. So yeah, pretty nice little thing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy another one. But it's pretty decent, for a classic European, little car. There's the taillights. Nice little license plate, TISPR for super. They did the headlights. Turn that off for a second. So yeah, one thing you do notice is that they started color matching, whenever a car has a two-tone to it, they make the bottom half plastic. I don't really know how I feel about that. I just feel like, well, there's some practical reasons to that. They don't have to, use any extra paint or spend any have it spend any extra time on the assembly line, I guess. However, you know, that just makes it a little bit, it just cheapens the whole thing for me, because, you know, it just adds a lot more plastic than it should. And it just, you know, adds another gap where it shouldn't be. Even though the tolerances on the gaps are pretty tight on this one. You know, that's the good news. The bad news is, you know, if you want to paint it a solid color, you know, you would probably have to paint that, you know. You have to paint the bumper too. Which, you know, if you're a customizer, that's one thing, you know, you would have to worry about, like I would. But anyway, for everybody else, you know, it's not going to be a big deal. But, you know, you got the 2 seats and the bucket seats in the front, and you got a roll cage in the, you got a roll bar in the back. Yeah, deleted the back seats, you know, for that, you know, roll bar. Decent little car. Probably got a few ideas for this one. You know, not really one of my favorite Alfa Romeo models, but, you know, it works. You know, they did an outstanding job on it. So, yeah. There's that one. We need to get through these other ones without wasting too much time. Now, this is the one that I was really looking forward to. This 67 Mustang. This one is really nice. You know, I do like my Mustangs. Get some of that garbage off of my turntable. So yeah, pretty nice looking Mustang. Really like it in this black with the white stripes. Really like my fastbacks. That's interesting. You know, it's got the matte black hood. Pretty nice touch. I was actually thinking about customizing this thing, but, you know, after seeing the effort that they put into it, you know, I might just leave it as is and, you know, just do a wheel swap on it. It seems like that's the only thing this car needs, aside from a taillight job. Well, headlights and taillights, excuse me. So yeah, pretty neat though. I really like this one. And we have the Maserati Shamal. You know, again, like I said, not one of my favorite Maseratis in real life, you know, but it actually is surprisingly nice as a Hot Wheels car. There's the back. Already read that when I had the red one. But in case you need a refresher, okay, it's born in 1990 in Italy. The designer is Marcello Gandini, which is the father of the Lamborghini Mira and Countach, as well as a lot of other great supercars. So the Maserati Shamal freely roams the open road, just like the wind it was named after. This extreme grand tourer was revolutionary for its time and extremely rare, with only 369 units ever produced. So, just give me a moment to open up this one. and I will be with you people shortly. All right, there we go. It actually looks pretty slick and black. This might even be better than the red one. So yeah, I'm actually pleased with this one. That's one thing I noticed. The window is open on the right side, and then it's closed on the left side. Pretty neat. Really nicely detailed, aside from no headlights or taillights. Well, at least not being detailed. But the headlights, they're part of the windshield anyway. Yeah, that's right. And you got the back end, your plastic bumpers, nice wheels on it, I must say. So yeah, pretty nice. They had 3 of them over there. I'll probably go over there and buy another one, since it's kind of scratched on the window back there. But anyway, at least I'll have another one to customize, which is that one right there. And then last of the Dollar General haul is the 89 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC AMG, which is again a mouthful to say, which is part of the Wild Wide Body series. Make space, because these cars are driving wide. All right, let me open this real quick. Ooh. And this was a car that, people were talking about. This was a color that people were talking about. And I kind of see what the fuss is all about. Yeah. It's kind of like, one of those chameleon and pearls. It's what it looks like. Turn this off so I can really show y'all what I really mean. Well, I guess it was better with the light on. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I like how they gave it a tan interior. Pretty nice. Of course, as always with this car, it has the full headlight and taillight detail with a painted Mercedes badge in the grille. Decent wheels, Not really a big fan of aero disc wheels, but, it works on this car, since it is, after all, an 80s car. I have to say, out of all the colors, that this car came in so far, this one has to be my favorite. I like anything pearl, anything, chameleon-like. So, yeah. Hot Wheels did their thing on this one. And last but not least, we got this baby to open. My second Nissan Skyline R34. Being R34. From the 2024 selections from Hot Wheels. Yeah, this was last year's selections car, where they got to choose on the casting, which was this car, of course, and the paint color, which is Spectra Flame Oxblood. That red, that really nice red, with the, then you got the wheels that you could choose, which is pretty nice. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. And again, if you missed out on my last video, then you can go ahead and pause that if you want to read that. Just give me a second to open this. You have to open these damn things like your life depends on it. Alright, I'm almost there, guys. So, there we go. Took us a minute, but you know, we finally have it. Hopefully there's no flaws on this one. Well, a little paint, bubble right there, but you know, not too much of a biggie, I suppose. I bought one of these to customize anyway, since they have an unlimited amount that you could, order. Some people, they ordered like, I heard they ordered like 10 or 15 of them, like 20 of them. So yeah, that's why it takes so long for them to finally deliver them, because they're trying to get everybody's orders out. So yeah, and then on top of that, they give you 2 weeks to order them too, which is a pretty good deal. That's one of the few fair things that the RLC lets you, it gives you. So definitely, extending my gratitude for that. So let me just open this this other one that I already had. I'm definitely keeping my first one, as is. I definitely customized the second one that I got. Let's open the hood. So yeah, pretty nice. Even though y'all already seen it in my first video. Yeah, just a couple more flaws on this one. Little smudge on the carbon fiber wing right there. So yeah, I just might even redo that carbon fiber altogether. Yeah, might as well, since that one's gonna be customized anyway. But that's why we got 2 of them. So yeah, that was basically it. Yep, got my 2 of them, my 2 Skylines. I'm happy. And then on top of that, I scored a nice little haul from Dollar General. So yeah, it's been a productive day. But anyway, I gotten, my Skyline, from last week. I've been, keeping it till I got finished, moving into this room. But yeah, like I just said, I'm happy. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know this video got a little bit too long for y'all. But yeah, I'm just, there we go. But anyway, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Definitely have another item from AliExpress, that's already here. Also got that the same day I got my second Skyline. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you all tune in. Definitely gonna get that one cranked out. And I'll see y'all later. All right, y'all. Have a good one.